Hi guys, it's KINO. Welcome to another video. So today's reading is going to be predictions for the year of 2024. I'm so excited to get into this reading. It's going to be a super thorough look at everything you are experiencing in the new year. And as you can see from the title, we also have a giveaway in today's reading because it's the end of the year and I want to thank you guys for another amazing year on this channel. I'm going to be giving away some personal readings, so those details are going to be a bit later on. Once you choose your group, I'll go through the whole breakdown of today's reading, what we're going to be covering, and I'll also let you guys know how you can enter the giveaway. So for now, we are going to be taking a look at your options for the reading. There are 4 groups to choose from today, and for each we are using a different tarot deck. I've also placed a different crystal on top to help you pick, and I am going to be showing you one card from each deck as well. Because it's the year 2024, I added up those digits and it adds up to the number 8. So I'm going to be showing you a different 8 card from each deck. So when choosing your group, you could be drawn to the crystal, the back artwork of the deck, the front artwork of the deck, or the actual card that comes out for you. But without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. Number 1, your stone is Amethyst, and your deck is the Zeke's Arcana Tarot, and you have the 8 of Swords. Number 2, your stone is Moss Agate, and your deck is the Tarot of a Moon Garden, and you have the 8 of Cups. Number 3, your stone is Pyrite. Your deck is the Lucid Dreams Tarot, and you have the 8 of Wands. And number 4, your stone is Orange Calcite. Your deck is the Thoth Tarot, and you have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so just in case you need a bit more time to pick, these are all of your options laid out side by side so that you can compare them and see which one is calling to you the most. As always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with group number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the Amethyst and the Zeke's Arcana Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about your year of 2024. We have a lot to cover in this intro. I want to explain what we'll be talking about in today's reading. I also want to quickly go over the giveaway for those of you who want to enter. So we're going to do all of that now. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended today. So here on YouTube, we're going to start by just seeing the overall energy of you and your life in 2024 and see what is shifting for you. We're going to see the person you're becoming. We're going to see what you are welcoming into your life in 2024, as well as what you're going to be leaving behind. And then we will see a significant blessing coming your way this year, a significant accomplishment that you'll be reaching, a significant source of joy, as well as a significant challenge that you'll be facing and advice to overcome that challenge. So that's the YouTube reading. And then in the extended, we're gonna see what times of year will be the most significant. We're gonna see what time of year you will have a significant blessing, what time of year you'll have a significant change, and what time of year you'll have a significant challenge, and we'll look a little bit into each of those. And then we're going to take a look at your connections. We're going to see a new connection that is coming in for you in 2024 that will be very significant, as well as an already existing connection in your life that is going to be significant in 2024. And of course, we're going to see why these connections are significant and what will be happening. And then to finish off the extended, we are going to answer 2 yes or no questions of your choice, including the reason why it's yes or no. It could be maybe as well. My idea for this, because it is a 2024 themed reading, was that we'll answer a yes or no question in terms of like, will this happen in 2024? Yes or no. But it's totally up to you. You get to choose the question. So if you want to ask something completely different that has nothing to do with 2024, that is up to you. So yeah, those are the readings. Now for the giveaway, if you're not interested in joining the giveaway, feel free to skip past this part. But for those of you who are, I'm going to be giving away video readings, personal readings, where we will be answering 2 questions of your choice. I do just want to mention here, in case it's not obvious, that these are free readings. So if I, aka a scammer pretending to be me, does message you or reply to your comment saying that they're going to do a reading for you and then asks you for money, that is not me. I just want to reiterate that. I'm going to be picking 4 winners on December 31st. So you have the whole month of December to enter the giveaway. And all you have to do is comment on this video. And in your comment, just let me know that you are interested in the giveaway. Let me know which pile you chose. So, you know, pile 1 if you're watching this right now, and just let me know how the reading resonated for you, and then I'll be randomly selecting 4 winners from the comments. I will reply to your comment if you're a winner, letting you know that you won, and I will include the email address to reach out to me. And when you email me, send me a screenshot of the notification you received when I replied to your comment so that I know it's you. Don't just screenshot the comment and the reply, because anybody could go and find your winning comment and screenshot it, but only you can see the actual notification that you got when I responded to you. So if you send that screenshot, I'll know it's you, and then we can discuss what questions we will cover in the reading, and you know, the timeline of when you're going to receive it and things like that. So yeah, and with that being said, thank you so much for all of you in advance who are going to enter, and thank you so much for your support throughout this year. So that was a lot. Thank you for sitting through that if you did. And now let's get into your reading. So we're going to start off by looking at the overall energy of the year and see what is shifting for you. We are starting off with connections, and it says everything is connected. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the White Dragon, and it says to expand your horizons or expand your point of view, look at the bigger picture, and take a more relaxed stance. And then we have Sincerity, and it says trusting in yourself will become your power. We have the King of Pentacles, and then we have, this is like the Ring Dragon, I guess, and it says something that has been completed will now be set into motion. And oh my gosh, as I literally finished saying that phrase, 5:55 on the camera timer, which is the number of change. Something is being set into motion, and that is bringing great change. Looking at the numbers here, we have 20 and 13. I don't know if 2013 was like a significant year for you guys. And this also looks like a date to me, August 18th. So that could be like a really important date in 2024, August 18th. Or maybe even for some of you, like August 18th, 2013 was like a significant date. That's like super specific, but I did want to mention that. I think it's really cool that we have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, because here we literally see a complete cycle of growth, you know, with the Page being the youngest or least evolved of this energy, and the King being the most mature, most evolved of this energy. And what this lets me know is that in the year of 2024, there is something that you are completing, something that you are mastering. And it's quite likely, with this being the Suit of Pentacles, that it has to do with your career, your studies, or a certain project of yours, or a certain skill of yours. So some examples of this energy might be that you were going into the year of 2024 as a complete beginner in a certain skill. By the end of the year, you are very advanced. You are an expert. You're at the point even where you can do this professionally. You're a master. You're someone now that people come to for guidance on this skill, or people really like respect your authority in this skill. Another example is, going into the year, you're just in the early stages of a project. By the end of the year, this project is complete and is a huge success. You started a business at the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, your business is booming. I think you get the picture. You are actually going from like a seed to a mature tree through the course of this year. And a lot of you, this has to do with like career, studies, finances, something like that. And it's really, really interesting too that we have this message of something has been completed, because I really feel that in the King of Pentacles. And now it's time to be set into motion. It's this feeling of you've been preparing for something for a long time, and now it's finally time to put yourself to the test, or put what you have created out there. So it's not just the completion of a project, but now that project is being launched into the world. It's not just the mastering of a skill, but now you're going to start your career with that skill. It's not just, oh, you finished school and you got a degree. You're going to now enter into the workforce and like put what you learned into practice. It's time for whatever you've completed, whatever you've mastered, to be set into motion and usher in a new phase of your life, to bring big change into your life. It's interesting too that this is the number 20, because this is the number of the Judgment card in tarot, which is really like, it's time to step up to the plate. It's time to show the world what you've got. It's time to answer your calling. I think this is really what you're doing in the year 2024. You've reached this level of completion and mastery in something that you're working on. And now it's time to really like go out there and answer that calling. Like the same way this king, it looks like he's standing out on this balcony about to give an announcement, and all eyes are on him. Like, you are this king, and it's time for you to perform what you do best. And it's time for people to notice you for your skills and your capabilities and support you. I think this is going to be a very prosperous year, where you are being highly compensated for your hard work, for your knowledge, for your competence. It's very, very well earned, and something that you've really taken the time to perfect and to become an expert on. I'm noticing as well the number 13. This is the number of the Death card. And so both of these are giving Scorpio vibes. There's Scorpio energy here. There's Earth energy here as well. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energy with the Page and King of Pentacles. We also have this message of connection. So it could very well be that in the year of 2024, you're making some very important connections that will boost your career. You're making connections with people who inspire you, who you can collaborate with, who can help to raise your status, or help to bring in the opportunities that you deserve, the high level opportunities that are a match to your high level skills. With this being said, you definitely are working hard, but there's not a feeling of you being pressured. There's not a feeling of you putting a lot of pressure on yourself and being stressed out, because this white dragon says to take a relaxed stance and just look at the bigger picture. I think that this journey, it's very like down to earth. It feels like you don't start this journey necessarily with a vision of where you're going to end up, which is almost a good thing, because it means you're not stressing about how to get there. All you're thinking about is just putting one foot in front of the other. Like just a very practical, let's take it one day at a time. I'm not going to stress about the details. Like, I'm just going to be open to wherever this leads. And that creates a very no pressure environment for you to advance. And you'll see, like, the path will become clear to you day after day as you move forward. This is giving me Sag vibes as well. Like, don't stress the details, just take it a day at a time. It's like grounded and practical energy, but it's also expansive at the same time. And this is a beautiful message as well, that the trust you put in yourself will become your power. Everything is connected. So this big destination that I want to get to, this first step that I'm taking now is connected to that, because the first step is connected to the second one, and the second one is connected to the third one. So this first step that I'm taking right now, I'm already connected to my destination. I'm already connected to the dream version of me that I want to be. So I don't have to worry about that. I know it's already connected. I just have to go along the chain of events. It seems like you're just taking a slow and steady approach and not like stressing yourself out about like, how am I going to get there? You're just like, I'm going to take the path and it's going to be revealed to me. And I think that attitude is really going to pay off for you. It's like you're approaching your own journey from a place of non-judgment that you don't even have in your head. Like, am I supposed to be doing this? Is something going wrong? Am I not supposed to be here? You're just letting the journey show itself to you. It's really beautiful. It's like you're humbling yourself to the universe's plan. And at the same time, trusting yourself. And when everything is connected, you know that putting trust in yourself also means putting trust in the universe to provide for you, putting trust in the right people to show up in your life. Like, that is all connected too. So this is a beautiful energy to start off. I think we spoke about all of the cards. So let's get into your tarot now. It's funny too, I'm just noticing we have like feminine energy and then masculine energy, feminine energy and then masculine energy. So in the year 2024, you could be really like stepping into your masculine energy. It's also funny how we're going from not having a beard to having a beard. I don't know if that's a literal interpretation. Probably not for most of you. It could just be a metaphor for growth. Or maybe more specifically, some of you are growing hair. Like your hair is growing longer or growing thicker or something in the year 2024. But I thought that was kind of funny. Let's get into your tarot now. So we want to see, who are you becoming in the year 2024? Who is group number 1 becoming? Oop. This card fell on the floor. Ooh, it's the 2 of Pentacles. Pentacle energy is strong. What is something that you are welcoming into your life in the year of 2024? The Knight of Cups. And what is something that you, oh my gosh, that's so cute. A little hippo. And what is something that you are leaving behind? The Page of Wands. Okay. What is a significant blessing that is coming to you in the year 2024? The 4 of Cups. And a significant accomplishment that you will be reaching. The Patron. a significant change that is coming your way. Judgment, which we spoke about. And then a significant challenge. So we have 2. We have the Wheel of Fortune and Justice. And then what is your advice? For your advice, we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, so the year 2024, there's definitely going to be quite a bit of hard work. There's a lot of hard work ahead for you, and that makes sense because what we've seen for your overall energy is that there's something that you are mastering, there's a skill you're mastering, you're moving up in your career, there's a big project that you're completing or like a big goal that you're reaching. So it does make sense that there's going to be a lot of hard work ahead for you. In the year 2024, I think you're going to see yourself becoming more, well, not to sound like a broken record, more hardworking than you currently are, more organized, more responsible to yourself, more disciplined. It really feels like you have a goal in mind and you are really putting your nose to the grindstone to get stuff done. Now, that in itself is a challenge. I think that just the efforts that you have to put in is a challenge, but something else that is coming up is that a challenge for you is continuing to put in consistent efforts, even while external circumstances are inconsistent or unstable or kind of shaky, because we have the 2 of Pentacles here, which does have a feeling of needing to ride the waves of change. And then for your challenge, we also have the Wheel of Fortune, which can be, a volatile situation, an unpredictable situation. So you have to be your own rock because the external circumstances are not really being your rock, if that makes sense. You have to keep showing up and be consistent amid unstable circumstances. So an example of this might be trying to start a business and build it up while your living situation is up in the air and you're moving from one place to another, or trying to build a successful career, but business is very up and down. Like 1 month you get a lot of sales and then another month it's nothing, or 1 month you get a lot of views or you get a lot of engagement on your social media and then the next month it's dead. There's something that's going up and down externally and you can't let that affect you. The challenge is that you have to stay balanced amid the ups and downs. So, in that example, if business seems to be dying down, you can't let that affect you and stop working as hard. You have to become your own motivation to keep going. And in the same way, if your business is going really, really well, that's not the time to say I can just get comfortable and kick my feet up and relax. It's things are going to be going up and down, things are going to be going good, things are going to be challenging, but you can't let that affect your consistency. You have to keep going and putting in these equal efforts as much as possible. So something that would be changing, I guess, in your personality or in your habits is that you're developing a really strong discipline, a really strong consistency, as well as resilience. And you're becoming good at riding the waves of change, or I should say even better, and being your own rock, being your own stability, generating that from within. I also think you're becoming quite good at multitasking. There may be several projects that you're working on at the same time, and you're becoming quite good at balancing those. You might be becoming very good at prioritizing and, you know, being clear in your brain that this is what needs my focus right now and this has to wait, rather than getting overwhelmed about, oh my gosh, I have to do all of this right now. So getting good at like prioritizing what needs your attention is the feeling. In terms of advice, I think the Six of Swords is just about keeping a healthy level of emotional detachment. That doesn't mean to like pretend whatever's happening around you is not happening. I think you can acknowledge it and you can observe it, and of course you can feel how you feel about it, but to not let those emotions control you, or to let them affect you to the point that you start to give up, or you start to get too comfortable. To stay consistent, whatever the external circumstances might be, or whatever your emotions might be telling you, I think is the advice. And also with the Six of Swords, this is saying it gets easier. It gets easier, it gets better. You'll master it as you go. This might be difficult at first, but it will become like a second nature to you. It will become something that you are quite good at. In terms of what you are welcoming into your life with the Knight of Cups, this is definitely giving me a feeling of love and intimacy and softness in your relationships. So that's a very beautiful thing to see. I think you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable, allowing yourself to rely on people, to open up and be soft with people. I do think that there is going to be love in your life, like a beautiful, sweet love in your life in the year 2024, which could be either romantic or platonic. But I think something that you're leaving behind is surface level relationships or casual relationships. When I compare these two energies, the Knight of Cups feels like someone who wants a deep emotional connection, who wants that level of intimacy, who wants like trust and a strong bond with someone that they can rely on. The Page of Wands feels like someone who just wants to have fun, who just wants to have a good time, who's maybe here for a good time, not for a long time. That's the vibe of the Page of Wands when I compare these two energies. So this is something you're walking away from. I think in the year 2024, you're not really, that it doesn't mean that you won't be having fun. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you won't be having fun, but it feels like you're not interested in those types of connections where like it's just surface level, or like it's just for fun. Like you're looking for something deeper and more committed. So if someone is treating you like you are just for fun, or you are just a casual relationship, I feel like that will just immediately repel you. And I feel like we're not really attracting this kind of person in 2024. We're attracting more of the Knight of Cups type of people who like genuinely want an emotional connection with you, who not only care about your well-being, but who want to add to it, who want to contribute to it, nurture and support it, who want to open up and be vulnerable with you, who want to create like a deep level of intimacy. I think you guys get the picture. So what you're welcoming in and what you're walking away from, it has to do with your relationships, the type of people you'll accept into your life, the type of people that you'll give your time and energy, and like the type of, did I already say this? Basically the type of treatment that you will accept. And we did have that message about connections, and with the Judgment card, there's a feeling of like being honest with yourself. So you might have realizations about this, you know, this person maybe like I got some positive feelings from the connection, like when they paid attention to me, or like sometimes they made me feel good about myself, but there's not really a lot of depth or substance here, and I just feel like this connection is not going anywhere, and I need to set myself free from this. Like it's time to expect more. It's time to expect more from people. It's time to give myself what I deserve and accept nothing less. So you're really like setting your standards much higher, I think. in your connections in the year 2024. Now, for a blessing, this kind of feels like a blessing in disguise, because with the Four of Cups, this makes me think of boredom or dissatisfaction. So there might be a period in the year 2024 where like there's not much happening, or like there's not much going for you and things feel a bit slow and you could be bored. But this is actually a blessing in disguise, because that means you get to do literally anything you want with this time. This is a gift for you to do anything that you want. So there's a certain slowness that is a gift to you, because it's time for you to reflect. It's time for you to decide what you want to do. Or it's just simply time for you to do nothing and rest. And you might see this as a hindrance or see this as something negative if you're the type of person who feels like you always need to be productive, or feels like you always need to know what's going on. You always need to know what you want to do and like be putting your time to good use. But I think it's really important just as much to embrace the times where like you have a clear vision and you're working hard, to also embrace those days or those periods where you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do today, and that's okay. Like, I can do whatever the heck I want. This is something that I personally resonate with. Like, if I have a day of nothing, of no plans, I feel like, oh no, I'm wasting a day, or like, what should I be doing with this day? And the blessing in that is that you can do literally anything, and that there's also a blessing that it doesn't really matter. Like, this is your rest day. This is your day to be slow. This is your day to do nothing. I also think, like, this is Moon in Cancer, so there could be a blessing coming to you of being more in touch with your emotions and reawakening to emotions that you had kind of forgotten were there. And I can't help but think this might have to do with the type of people you're around, like these very loving, sensitive souls. You're surrounded by nurturing people in the year 2024 with a high level of emotional intelligence. And you're feeling safe. I think you're feeling safe to be this baby deer. There could be a hard shell that you've built around you that is kind of dissolving. And the blessing is that you get to be this baby deer again, and you get to experience your softness again without immediately feeling like it's something bad, or experience your softness without immediately being afraid, feeling like your softness has a safe place to exist. Getting to be cute, getting to be corny is a word that's coming to my mind as well. Getting to be mushy with your emotions and cringe, like sending your friend like 50 heart emojis in a row, or sending someone a 10-minute voice note about how much you love them, and just gushing and giving them compliments, and you know, just getting to be soft like that and feel that it's safe to do that because that energy is going to be received. It almost feels like an awakening to your softness, like you hadn't been able to express yourself in that way for some time, and you're coming back to it. Because, you know, with the Four of Cups, there's also a feeling of something that we're not seeing, something that we lost sight of, and to me, this feels like something that's being returned to you. That's very sweet. It almost looks like, because it is red and it's pouring out this, you know, it looks like the Knight of Cups hand. So I think the loving people that you have in your life, they're helping you reconnect to this energy. In terms of your significant accomplishment in the year 2024, it's definitely about business. I think a lot of you, like, you're starting a business, or your business is becoming successful, or you are going to get on board with a startup, or like get on board with a business and make it successful. I just see you like running a business, your own business, or being involved in like making a business successful with the patron card. And this is a really beautiful energy. It's making me think of your social circle is just really blossoming in the year 2024. You're going to be blessed with an amazing social circle. And you're going to have a lot of talented, inspiring, and successful people in your circle that you get to like network with and collaborate with and support each other's endeavors. There's a feeling of you having a lot of customers or making a lot of sales, and there's a feeling of positive word of mouth is spreading about you. There's also a feeling of you don't even have to spend that much effort on self-promotion or spend that much money on advertising yourself, because your social network is so strong that just like your own positive reviews and just word of mouth is enough. I just heard about this app recently that like they don't really have to advertise that much, because people have so much success with their app that it just like those success stories and those positive reviews travel around, and that's where they get most of their business. I also did a presentation on a restaurant in Japan that's like that. Like they don't spend money on advertising. They don't make commercials because it's just like people just like them. It's Caesarea, by the way. It's like a really affordable Italian restaurant, and it's pretty good. But yeah, just through word of mouth. So, you know, your business is going to be like that, I think. Just the people love you. Like, it's popular opinion. I'm sorry. And even like the fact that this is 22, the number 22, that makes me think of like connecting to people. People really love your message. And with this being a mirror, there's a feeling of people really identifying with what you're doing and relating with what you're doing. There could be people who, like, they've been waiting for someone to make the business that you made. They've been waiting for someone to provide the service that you're providing. Like, this is what I've been wanting. This is for the people. There's that feeling. So yeah, your accomplishment, it's definitely business related, and it has to do with you being like well connected and being very popular. But I think you're always staying humble, and something that's beautiful about you is that you're like the opposite of a gatekeeper. Like, you're gonna open the door for yourself and hold it open for everyone else, and you want to lift everyone else up to your level, or even like want people to pass you. Like, you want to make it easier for other people. And so for as much wealth and success as you accumulate, there's always this feeling of remaining humble, remaining grateful, and always sharing. And that's something I often feel with the King of Pentacles as well, is that he shares his wealth. He recognizes that wealth isn't really wealth if you're just hoarding it for yourself. It becomes a blessing when you share it with those around you. I think you're like a very generous, wealthy person. That's the vibe that you're giving out. And then in terms of a change, well, we've kind of talked about this a lot, like you stepping into your calling. It's interesting. This person seems to be playing some kind of horn. Oh, that's a sword. I thought maybe they were holding like, it looked like an instrument for a second, but of course it's the Justice card. She's holding a sword. Some of you guys could be playing a musical instrument in the year 2024, or learning to play a musical instrument. You could even be performing music in front of people, because like there's the eyes looking at this person. Or like with the sword, you could be doing something with your hands or making something with your hands. But yeah, I think this Judgment card is really talking about you stepping into your calling. And I think there's kind of this wake-up call where you're realizing that you deserve more out of life, or that you can do better. There's some of you guys have maybe just gotten comfortable in your current cycle of life, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think, you know, we should be comfortable, but everything happens in cycles, right? So, you know, you start on your journey, you reach a level of mastery, and then you enjoy the fruits of your labor. You enjoy the comforts, and then eventually you'll start itching for a new challenge. And I think you're reaching a point in 2024 where You don't want to be comfortable anymore and you're itching for a new challenge. That's the feeling. So like you're stepping up your game. You're leveling up this year. Yeah, and then we spoke about your challenge already. I think I started with the challenge. It's just about okay. There's another way to interpret this. There is the one that we already spoke about, which is just about you staying consistent in uncertain times, staying consistent in unstable times. But there is another challenge. There's either like, I don't know if this is a specific person that you're cutting out of your life. If there's like, for example, a situationship, a friends with benefits, or just like a casual friend who wasn't really reliable. I don't know if it's like one specific person or if it's maybe several people, but there's a feeling of cutting someone out of your life or cutting people out of your life because you realize that you deserve better. But then the challenge is that even after you walk away, they keep, like you keep bumping into them again, or their energy keeps showing up. It's like they keep coming back, and it will be a challenge to stay firmly grounded in your decision. An example of this might be like you want to stop a situationship with someone, but like you work with them or you go to school with them. So it's like you cut them out of your personal life, but then you keep seeing them in meetings and it's like awkward. And you have to, you have to stay classy. You have to keep it classy. Or like maybe you broke up with your ex and because you knew that they weren't good for you, and then you keep dreaming about your ex, or you keep bumping into them, or they keep popping up on your feed, or you had a friend break up, but then you see that friend hanging out with other people in your group, and you get FOMO, fear of missing out, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'll reach out to them again. It's like you have to stay firm in that conviction, but their energy keeps coming back around. So I think that's also going to be a challenge. That again, this Six of Swords is saying it does get better. Same advice. Keep that healthy level of emotional detachment and know that this is going to get easier. The first time you see your ex friends with benefits in that meeting, it's going to be awkward as hell. The second time, it's going to be awkward as heck. The third time, it's going to be a little awkward, and it will just keep getting easier until you don't care anymore. So, don't give up, don't give in at the first sign of discomfort, because you'll be glad that you stayed committed to yourself. That's really the challenge. The challenge is just staying committed to yourself when there's external temptations, or the temptation to like give in to your emotions kind of thing. So, your emotions at that moment. So those are all of the messages for the YouTube portion of the reading. So we're going to move into the extended now and see what times of year will be significant, when your significant blessing will happen, your significant change, and your significant challenge. And then we're also going to see a significant new connection coming in 2024, as well as a significant existing connection and why those will be significant. And then we're going to answer any 2 questions of your choice, yes or no, and why. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, I'm going to have it linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and of course, a wonderful 2024 and rest of 2023. If you are watching this in December, the giveaway is still open. So if you do want to enter that, don't forget to comment down below. Let me know that you're interested in entering. Let me know that you chose group 1 and let me know how it resonated. And please take good care of yourself, stay healthy, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can access dozens of exclusive pick a card readings just like this one. You can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. Thank you for supporting me throughout this year of 2023. I am so grateful to have you here, and I'm sending lots of love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, either directly or indirectly. I'm sending lots of love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the Moss Agate and the Tarot of a Moon Garden, this is going to be a reading all about your year of 2024. I want to start by just going over what's going to be covered in today's reading, and then I do want to briefly explain the giveaway for those of you who are interested in entering. So today we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. Here on YouTube, we're going to start by seeing the overall energy of you and your life in 2024 and see what's shifting for you. We're going to see the person you're becoming. We're going to see what you're welcoming into your life as well as what you're leaving behind. And then we will see a significant blessing coming your way this year, a significant accomplishment that you'll be reaching, a significant source of joy for you, and then finally a significant challenge and advice to overcome that challenge. And then in the extended reading, we're going to see what times of the year will be the most significant for you. So we're going to see around when a significant blessing is going to come, a significant change, as well as a significant challenge. And then we're going to take a look at your connections and see a new connection that is coming in 2024 that will be very significant, and an existing connection that you already have in your life that will be significant in 2024. And then of course, we're going to see why these connections will be significant. And then finally, to finish off the extended, we are going to answer 2 yes or no questions of your choice. We'll see yes or no and why. And the idea with these is that it would be something about 2024. So for example, is X event going to happen in 2024? But if you don't want to formulate your question that way and you want to ask about something completely different, that is totally up to you. It's any question of your choice. So for those of you who want to enter the giveaway, I'm going to talk about that now. If you're not interested in the giveaway, feel free to skip this part. But I'm going to be giving away 2 question personal video readings. I did want to mention, just in case it's not super clear, these are free readings. So I'm not going to ask you to pay any money. If you do happen to get a message or a reply to your comment from me, well, it wouldn't be me, but like someone saying they're me and that they're going to give you a reading and asking you for money, that's not me. So just be careful of scammers. I'm going to be picking 4 winners on December 31st. So you have the whole month of December to enter this giveaway. And in order to enter, all you need to do is comment on this video. Let me know in the comment that you are interested in the giveaway. Let me know what group you chose, so group number 2, and let me know how the reading resonated for you. And then I'm going to randomly select the 4 winners on December 31st. And to notify you if you won, I'm going to reply to your comment and give you an email address to reach out to me so that we can further discuss your reading. And when you email me, please include a screenshot of the notification you received when I responded to your comment. Do not just screenshot the comment with my reply, because anybody could find your winning comment and screenshot it and claim to be you, but only you can access that notification that I responded. So send over the notification so I can confirm it's you, and then we can discuss the questions that you want answered in your reading, as well as the timeline for you receiving the reading. And I want to say thank you so much in advance to anyone who enters the giveaway, and thank you so much for your support this year. So let's get your reading started now. We're going to see the overall energies and what is shifting for you this year. So first we have kindness or gentleness at all times to everyone. It's always the same. that's a very rough translation. Then we have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Gold Dragon, and it says, now is the time that something is finally taking shape. Then we have the Flow. So now is the time to go with the flow, or now is the time to ride the wave. We have Judgment. And then we have the Green Dragon, and this card talks about waking up to a love that was there all along. Interesting. So with the Eight of Cups here, right away, there is a feeling that in the year of 2024, there's something that you are walking away from, and it's something that you have been thinking about putting an end to for a long time. Because with this Gold Dragon, this is talking about something finally taking shape. And I think that's you walking away. It's like feelings that you've been having for a long time, you're finally taking action on them. And reading this, I wanted to say caption, I don't know if that's the right word. Reading the phrase on this card, there's a sense of like fairness and equality, right? Like at all times, for all people, it's always the same. And there's just a feeling of, there's a situation in which you feel that you haven't been treated fairly, or you haven't been, maybe you haven't been treated with kindness, or your kindness wasn't appreciated. I'm just gonna put your moss agate heart on a little stand because he's shaking a bit, and this will keep him more sturdy. Yeah, there's a feeling of like you weren't treated with kindness, or your kindness wasn't appreciated, or there was just some unfairness going on. And maybe there were even double standards with how you were treated versus how others were treated. So this could be like a career where you noticed that other people were getting special treatment, or if your boss was like frustrated, they were always taking out their frustrations on you, or always blaming you for things that were going wrong. This could have been happening in a friend group, in a family situation, in a living situation, even just in a one-on-one relationship. There's a feeling of you like not getting the treatment you deserved, because this person is walking away from cups that are empty, and like they have been empty for quite some time. But I think the courage that you needed to walk away, it comes from the unknown of like, what will happen after this? What's next for me if I leave this situation behind? And I think that this red cloak is representing like your boldness and your courage to step into the unknown. Almost like, I know that walking away is going to be hard, but I think staying is going to be even harder, like emotionally. And so it's finally taking shape. And it's interesting too, the number 15, this is the number of the devil, which often talks about feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling stifled. Maybe you've been wanting to walk away for a long time, but you couldn't. You didn't have the means to do so. You didn't have the resources to do so. And now you finally can. This is a new beginning, a new opportunity. And so this desire to leave something behind that you've been having for a long time is finally taking shape. And I feel like this is an act of kindness to yourself. It's an act of loyalty to yourself. With this riding the wave, you know, the surfer has to wait for the wave, has to wait for the perfect moment. So the universe could be facilitating this in some way for you that makes it easier for you, to leave. The universe is going to do something to make it easy. And there will be, of course, a need to take action, but I think you'll receive a lot of signs that the time is now, so that it doesn't feel like something that is completely self-initiated. I'm hearing that could make you nervous, or it could be scary if you have to decide the timing, but it's like the universe is going to give you a lot of signs like, hey, this would be an easy out right now, this would be a perfect time. And so all you have to do, like the surfer, is just get up and ride that wave. And I also think that this is talking about you going with the flow, that once you walk away here, you don't necessarily know what is coming next, but you are trusting with the flow of the universe. You're trusting that you're going where you are meant to go. And there's also a feeling with this green dragon, like waking up to a love that was there all along. In this new chapter of your life, you are going to get to focus on what you truly love that you haven't been able to for quite some time. You had to pour time and effort into something that you didn't love, or into something that you weren't passionate about. And it's almost like now that you're free from that, you remember what you were really passionate about, and just how much it mattered to you. If you were in an environment where you couldn't express your passion, it's almost as if you had to suppress that passion so it didn't hurt that it was being ignored. It didn't hurt that you weren't able to do it. But now that you're away from the situation, you can fully feel your passion again. You can fully feel your love again. And with judgment, this actually came up in group number 1's reading as well, but there's a feeling of, this is actually really nice if you look at this person walking away on foot at the bottom of the mountains, now to this angel who has wings and who is flying above the mountains, and the sun has risen. There's definitely a feeling of you overcoming obstacles, getting out of a tough situation or getting out of an unfulfilling situation. And also from up here, having the bird's eye view. When you ended your current chapter, you had to do so without the knowledge of where the next chapter would leave you. But when you took that leap of faith, you received clarity. And we spoke about in group number 1, judgment is like your purpose is calling you, and it's time for you to step up. So it's like your soul is urging you to move on from something so that you can embody your true purpose. It's like you're finally making that call. Okay, so we are gonna move into your tarot now, and I'm gonna read from the list because I feel like I messed it up a little bit in group number 1. I think I didn't do it like exactly as the list said. So, oh my gosh, I just looked up and saw 11:55 for you guys. So like new beginnings and change, and you have 1 and 5 here as well. I also think Pluto is, because this is Pluto energy, and I think that Pluto might be changing signs in 2024. I'm gonna look that up because I feel like I have that year 2024 in my head for Pluto. When does Pluto enter Aquarius? So it did dip into Aquarius already, I think. And then it will be in Aquarius from January 2024 to September 2024. And then again in November 2024. And then it stays there for a long time. So yeah, something about Pluto changing signs, that could be like a catalyst to a really big change for you. And we have Saturn in Pisces here, which Saturn will be in Pisces throughout the year of 2024 until 2026. So whatever like leap of faith it is that you're taking here, I think that's going to be the start of a journey, the start of a chapter of your life that will continue on until the year 2026. If you are familiar with your birth chart, Wherever Aquarius is in your chart, whatever house it occupies, that could be an area of your life. Aquarius and Pisces. Those could be areas of your life that will be undergoing a lot of change this year. Like the houses that those signs are in. Group number 2s. So we are going to see who you are becoming. Who are you becoming in 2024? We have the 5 of Cups. Oop. And then we have, oh my gosh, we have the 4 of Staffs, which is the 4 of Wands. And I do feel like putting these together. What you're welcoming what you're welcoming into your life, these are coming out so fast. We have the 6 of Swords. What you're leaving behind. Oh my gosh, they're all falling. The 7 of Pentacles, wow. Let me shuffle over here so they stop falling. A significant blessing coming into your life in 2024. And we have the Lovers, okay. Pretty straightforward. A significant accomplishment that you will be reaching. The Queen of Wands. A significant source of joy is the 8 of Cups. So this walking away, whatever it is going to bring you a lot of joy. And a significant challenge, the 10 of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have your advice, and it's the 10 of Swords. And this is about an ending. So there's literally a piece of advice for you to end something. And, you know, we just spoke for like the first 10 minutes of your reading about, you know, something's ending, you're leaving something behind. And I feel like this 10 of Swords is just really confirming this is a very pivotal moment of the year and even of your life. So we're going to go through these in order. This is the person that you are becoming. And we have these spilled cups, which really mirror the empty cups of the 8 of Cups card. I feel like you're becoming someone who will not settle. And when something isn't working or when something isn't making you happy, you are going to be honest with yourself about that and prioritize your own happiness. I do want to talk about the 7 of Pentacles for something that you're leaving behind. The 7 of Pentacles, it indicates patience, but it's more like waiting for your efforts to pay off. Waiting for the seeds that you planted to amount to something. And so with this energy as something that you're leaving behind, there's definitely a feeling of you in 2024 kind of realizing how short life is. And life is too short to wait around. Life is too short to just sit here and hope that something will change. And so I'm going to take matters into my own hands and I'm going to go find my own happiness. But in order to do that, I need to be honest with myself about these cups that have fallen. It's interesting that there's no person in this card because often one of the focal points of this card is the cups that the person is focusing on. Oh, they're focusing on the cups that have spilled. And there's no person here, which I think is indicating a lack of subjectivity. It's just an objective fact that there are more spilled cups than there are upright cups. There's more negative than there is positive in this situation. And so it's like you need to be honest with yourself about a certain situation in your life where the negative has been outweighing the positive for a long time. And it feels like you've been sticking around and sticking around. You know, maybe the seeds will sprout. Maybe it will be worth something. And it's like, let's be realistic. The negative has been outweighing the positive for a long time. And life is too short to just wait where you're not happy, to wait for something to change. It's like watering dead grass. It's already dead. Like, it's not gonna, you can water a wilting plant and bring it back to life. But if the plant is already dead, then you are wasting your water. And there's kind of that feeling in this situation. Where we're focusing on that little bit of hope when the reality is like, this has not been making me happy for a long time. And it's like, well, maybe it could change. Yeah, maybe it could, or maybe you could be waiting here for another year or 2 years or 5 years. And it's like, we need to be honest if something is really making us happy. And I think the Four of Wands is you committing to your happiness, and the Ten of Cups being a challenge. I think this is believing in your happily ever after, believing in an outcome where you can truly be happy, and having faith that that is out there. Having faith that your Eight of Cups that you're walking away is going to lead to that. The challenge is really knowing that this Ten of Cups is out there and that you deserve to find it and you deserve to have it. So with your, I'm reading as I go. I want to make sure I get the, well, actually, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the messages you need to get anyway. But with what you're welcoming into your life, we have the Six of Swords. And this is a card that it actually does talk about moving on, moving out of a bad situation into a more peaceful one. It can also talk about relocation. So part of this could be you moving house, moving offices, even moving cities or moving countries or continents. There's a feeling of you physically going somewhere else. There's a lot of motion in your cards. This person is walking, this person is, this angel is flying, this person is surfing. We're going places. So you could very well be moving in the year 2024. There's a feeling of like, I just need to get out of here. Like, I don't know where I'm going, but I just need to get out of here. And so you're welcoming a new location, you're welcoming a new environment, and you are welcoming peace into your life as well. I often see the Six of Swords as peace of mind and improved mental health. And with whatever it is that you're leaving behind, you are choosing peace. You are ultimately choosing a healthier mind for yourself. Even though it might be tough in the moment, this is a decision that in the long term is going to drastically improve your mental health. And this is Mercury in Aquarius, so there is a feeling of emotionally detaching and thinking objectively. And I think that goes back to this Five of Cups. Like, if we objectively look at these cups, we can see what is really happening. We can see the pros and the cons, and we can see what we need to do. And if we objectively look at this grass that is dead, it's our emotions that make us want to keep watering it. It's not logic, because logic tells us like this grass is already dead, if that makes sense. So I think we're welcoming that kind of objective thinking. We're welcoming our head in that logical part of us to make some decisions for us, I think. And then we spoke about the Seven of Pentacles with we're leaving behind, I guess, waiting and patience, or this idea that, they say patience is a virtue, but not everything deserves our patience. And there is really a feeling with this of, yes, life is too short. Like, I have to choose my happiness now. But also, oh no, I was literally about to say it and it just escaped me. But anyway, there's a feeling of not, like, I don't have forever. I don't have all day. I don't want to be in this same spot in a year from now. And I have to do something about that. With the Lovers here, this is a blessing that is coming into your life, a significant blessing. And so this is definitely the blessing in the form of a relationship. You can see there's an angel up here that has brought the two of you together. So this is a divinely guided connection. It's really beautiful how you're coming together under this tree. I really love the symbolism of trees because it has the roots going into the ground, which makes you feel grounded and stable and safe, and then it has the branches that extend to the skies, to the heavens. So it's like when I'm with you, I feel a solid foundation, I feel grounded, and that allows me to soar to my highest potential. That allows me to reach the greatest height. So there is a blessing coming to you in the form of a relationship. This is definitely a soulmate relationship. Of course, Lovers, it has a romantic vibe to it, but this card does not have to be romantic. It's just healthy relationships of all kinds. And you know, it can also talk about decisions. So I feel like a series of good decisions on your end, decisions that you've made for yourself and for your own happiness, are going to lead to new healthy relationships in your life. And there's a lot of nature in this whole deck because it's the theme is a garden, but it almost looks like these two people are one with the tree, and there's all these plants growing around them, and there's the apple, and there's mushrooms. It's even the angel kind of looks like part of the tree. And so there is a feeling of when you're with this person, you feel like your most natural self. And you know how nature, when you're in nature, you feel healed, you feel soothed, you feel your breathing start to slow down. This is someone who, maybe this is a weird wording, but your nervous system really likes this person. Like, you can immediately calm down and let your guard down and feel safe around this person. Like, there are no bad triggers. It's all green flags. You just feel very safe and comfortable. This is also Gemini energy, so there's excellent communication, a willingness to, even if you don't immediately understand each other right away, a willingness to expand, to elaborate on what you're saying, a willingness to suspend judgment and try to hear them out again. And maybe if you explain it from a different angle, I can understand. There's always that willingness to understand. This can also be an indication of a psychic or telepathic connection. I do think this is a new person in your life, but some of you may already feel this person's energy. Some of you may already be receiving messages from them on a soul level, but this relationship is one of the biggest blessings for you in 2024. I do think Gemini is more so referring to like the energy of this connection, although this person could have Gemini placements. They could also be a Year of the Snake person. Year of the Snake, one of the Year of the Snakes is 1989. 2001 is another one. 1977 is another one. And then if you keep going back 12 years, those will be Years of the Snake. So for a significant accomplishment, we have the Queen of Wands. This is a very specific message, but some of you guys could be getting a cat in 2024 if you don't have one already. Also, if you already have a companion animal and you're thinking of making another addition to your family, this addition to your family will get along well with your animal. I know this is a really specific message, but let's say you have a cat and you are thinking of getting another cat. Then the message is that they will get along well. Or even if you're bringing like a little one, like a baby into your family, or if you are moving in with a significant other, like the animal in your home will get along with any new addition is the message that is coming through. There could also be a goal that you're reaching in terms of your physical appearance, in terms of your physical fitness, in terms of your body shape. Like if there's anything to do with your appearance or even your physical health, like a goal that you've wanted to reach, that could be something that you are accomplishing in 2024. I also think with the Queen of Wands here, your self-esteem is skyrocketing, and it actually doesn't have much to do with your appearance. And I think something that you'll realize this year is, for those of you who had a goal related to your appearance, you might have thought that this appearance change would make you really confident. But what I see happening is that, yes, you had the physical glow up that you wanted to have, and yes, you have become a lot more confident, but those two don't actually have much to do with each other. You'll actually find that the confidence you've gained comes from something completely different. And it's more of a feeling of, I deserve to express myself. I deserve to speak my truth. You know, my what is it called? My experience of reality matters. My interpretation of reality matters. My ideas matter. And also, by an extension of that, what I create matters. There's a message. Some of you are very creatively talented, but you haven't really shared your work because you're like embarrassed by it, or you just don't think it even deserves people's attention. So maybe you have a lot of unreleased poems or songs or stories or photography or clothing that you make a lot of things and then don't share them, which is fine. Like you're not obligated to share them. But I think that in the year 2024, because you feel more confident in what you're doing and feel like it does deserve a space out there in the world, you might start to share your work more and more. Or for those of you who already do share your work, I think you're going to be, in 2024, you're going to be a lot less awkward about promoting yourself, which for artists, that can suck. It just feels awkward to be like, you feel like you're pushing yourself on other people, right? But I think that in 2024, that's going to feel more natural to you. You're going to become more confident in promoting yourself consistently and repeatedly, and honestly giving your work the push it deserves. Like it deserves to be spoken for. It deserves to be pushed out there. And so you're going to be much more comfortable doing that, and much more, I guess, assertive. And I see you becoming more of a go-getter. And yeah, like going after more opportunities, and rather than talking yourself out of them and being like, oh, well, I'm not going to be chosen anyway. Like, let's say you're a photographer, and I've probably used this example before, but let's say you're a photographer and there's like a photography contest. Maybe in the past you would have said like, oh, well, I'm not going to win anyway, so what's the point? Whereas now you're like, oh, that sounds fun, I'm going to do it. And even if I don't win, worst case scenario, I don't win, but now I have these amazing photos that I took. And so at least this opportunity pushed me to create something, and maybe I learned something in the process. Or maybe I won't win, but someone will see my work and really like it, and I could, maybe someone's going to see my submission and reach out to me, and I'll find a new collaborator, or maybe other opportunities will come to me. It's like, some people, I don't even know if American Idol is still a thing, but sometimes people would go on American Idol and they wouldn't win, but they would actually become more successful than the person who did win. Like, you don't always have to win to have something valuable come out of it. And so I think you're just more likely to go after an opportunity, not because you need to like prove to yourself that you're going to win, but just because you're like, this is going to be fun. And I know that it's going to bring some kind of blessing to my life. If I'm engaging in something that I'm passionate about, it's going to bring some positives into my life. So I'm just going to go for it. And I think you're also becoming more the type of person, like if you were out at a bar and you saw someone whose fashion you absolutely loved and you're like, oh my God, they look so cool, I want to go compliment them, I want to go talk to them. Maybe the past you would have been too shy to do that, but current you, or 2024 you, would just like walk up to them and be like, hey, I just wanted to say I really love your outfit, my name's blah blah blah, and like strike up a conversation. and you feel more comfortable doing that. Like the Queen of Wands, she's a radiant, she's a ray of sunshine, and she definitely doesn't shy away when she feels that spark of passion. And so I think, you know, this is not necessarily one specific accomplishment, but it's, you know, goals that you're reaching, physical goals, appearance goals, creative goals, and just the type of person you are becoming. I guess that is an accomplishment, actually. It's many accomplishments. And then, yeah, we spoke about this Eight of Cups. I love that this came out as your source of joy, because this just really confirms that whatever it is that you are leaving behind, there's nothing but joy on the other side. It really feels like you are coming back to yourself. We even had this green dragon card, which is like waking up to the love that was always there. And I think a big part of that love, yes, it's love for what you're passionate about, but also love for yourself. Because when you are living passionately, that's really when you are being yourself and honoring yourself and loving yourself. And there's a feeling, like, I don't know what situation you're currently in or you were in before, but there's like a feeling of your experience being shut down. Or like you being silenced in some way, or not being able to express yourself. And by walking away here, you are like reclaiming that right. This moon looks so funny. I almost didn't notice it. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but this tiny little moon in the corner has such a funny face. Anyway, yeah, and then the Ten of Cups coming out as a challenge. Like this is your happily ever after. This is your emotional fulfillment, everything you've dreamed of. And I think the challenge, maybe that I don't know if this is the challenge you're facing in 2024, but maybe the challenge that you're facing now is believing that this is out there for you, and the advice is an ending. An ending so that you can find this Ten of Cups. So this year is all about you. It's all about you blossoming. This is going to be a year of passion. A lot of opportunities to explore what excites you, explore what interests you, and maybe even remember things that you used to love. Yeah, really just like coming home to yourself. So these are all of the messages for my group number 2s. We're going to go into the extended now. So as a reminder, we're going to look at the times of year that will be significant in 2024, more specifically the timing of a significant blessing, a significant change, and a significant challenge. And we'll look a little bit more into those. We're going to get some details about a new connection that is going to be significant in 2024, as well as an existing connection that's going to be significant and why they'll be significant. And then finally, we will answer 2 yes or no questions of your choice and why. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me over in the extended, I'm going to have that linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. And if you would like to enter the giveaway, don't forget to comment on this video. Let me know that you're interested in entering, that you chose group number 2, and let me know how this reading resonated for you. And thank you so much for entering if you do. And please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch dozens of exclusive pick a card readings just like this one, and you can also decide on the topics for future videos. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Group number 2s, thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you, and thank you for your support throughout this whole year of 2023. I'm sending so much love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, either directly or indirectly, and I'm sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Pyrite and the Lucid Dreams Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about your year of 2024. I want to just start off by talking about what will be covered in this reading, and then I also want to briefly explain the giveaway for those of you who are interested in entering. So we have the YouTube reading as well as an extended reading today. Here on YouTube, we're going to start by seeing the overall energy of you and your life in 2024 and see what is shifting for you. We are going to see the person you're becoming, what you are welcoming into your life this year, as well as what you're leaving behind. And then we're going to see a significant blessing coming your way this year, a significant accomplishment that you'll be reaching, a significant source of joy, and a significant challenge that you'll be facing. And we're also going to get some advice for you to overcome this challenge. And then in the extended reading, we're going to look at times of the year that will be significant for you. So we're going to look at the timing of a significant blessing, a significant change, and a significant challenge that is coming your way in 2024. And then we're going to take a look at your connections. So we'll see a new connection coming in 2024 that's going to be significant, as well as an existing connection, and we're going to see why those are significant. And then to finish off the extended, we're going to get an answer to 2 yes or no and why questions of your choice. The idea here is that it would be something about the year 2024, like, for example, is this going to happen in 2024, yes or no? But you don't have to do that. If you want to ask about something completely unrelated, it's up to you. You get to choose the question. So that's the reading today. Now, for those of you who are interested in entering the giveaway, I'm going to explain that now. If you're not interested in the giveaway, feel free to skip this part. I will see you in the reading. But I'm going to be giving away 2 question personal video readings. I do just want to reiterate here, these are free readings that I am giving away. And so if you get any like messages or replies to your comment that are claiming to be me and saying that I'm going to give you a personal reading, but then they're asking you for money, that is not me. That's a scammer. Don't give anyone your money. There will be 4 winners that are selected, and I'm going to pick them on December 31st. So you have the whole month of December to enter this giveaway. And to enter, all you need to do is comment on this video and let me know in the comment that you are interested in the giveaway. Let me know what group you chose, so group 3, and let me know how the reading resonated for you. And if you are a winner, I will reply to your comment letting you know. I'm just going to select the winners randomly, and I will include an email address for you to reach out to me. When you send the email, please include a screenshot of the notification you received when I replied to your comment. Do not just send the comment with my reply, because anyone can go and find your winning comment and screenshot it and claim to be you, but only you can see that notification that I replied to your comment. So be sure to send a screenshot of like the actual notification so I can make sure that it's you, and then we can discuss the questions that you would like answered and the timeline of you receiving the reading and all of that kind of stuff. And thank you in advance to anyone who enters the giveaway, and thank you so much for your support this year. So that is all. Let's get into your reading now. We're going to start with the overall energies and see what is shifting for you in the year of 2024. So we have Infinity, and it says that miracles exist in the day-to-day things. Then we have the 4 of Swords. And we have the Blue Dragon, and it says to keep going straight ahead. Then we have abundance. It says the more you share, the more abundant you will become. Then we have the Emperor. And finally, we have Dragon Vein or Dragon Meridian, and it says a turning point in your life. Wow. So what do I want to talk about first? The overall vibe that I'm getting from this group is that you are very much in alignment. There's an energy of alignment here. You're definitely on the right path. And it's funny even how these cards line up with each other. We have repeating orange background. We have repeating fours. And then we have a card that's talking about going straight and then a turning point. So they're both focused on your direction. You are very much in alignment. I do want to point out something about this card. The word miracle, there's two different ways to write this word. It's pronounced the same, it's just written differently. And one of them is like, I guess it's more in the colloquial sense of, oh wow, like it's a miracle. And then one of them is more like, it really has that emphasis on, this is a miracle that was created by the gods, or like that was created by spirit. And that's what this one is. It's the latter. So it's really emphasizing, I guess, the divinity of a miracle, that it was done by a higher power. And so I think this card is wanting to remind you that you can see spirit in everything. You can see spirit and feel your connection to spirit, even in, the most simple moments in your day-to-day life. Yeah. And it's actually a really beautiful message to come out with abundance, because I think just feeling that connection to spirit in every little thing, that will make you feel true abundance. Infinity and abundance. Like, abundance is everywhere because spirit is everywhere. I think this is going to be a year that is abundant for you in all senses of the word. So, in the monetary and material sense, as well as in the emotional and spiritual sense. I think that abundance is really just becoming your way of being. And I think that this is actually leading to feels like you're breathing out, a weight is lifted, you're slowing down, because it no longer feels like abundance is some like destination, some place that you are rushing to get to. It just feels like a way of being. It feels like something that is all around you. And that realization, I think it's going to naturally just lead to you living a slower life. It's not like, oh, I have to hurry, I have to hustle so that I can reach this point of being abundant. It's more like, if I actually slow down, if I actually just center myself in my body and breathe and just look around me, this moment is abundance. Ooh, I'm getting a bit emotional with that. And yeah, there's a feeling of like, what am I rushing for? Like, what is it outside of me that I'm so urgently trying to get? If I just slow down, if I'm just present in this moment, everything is here. And with this blue dragon and going straight ahead, I do think this is you're really in a mindset of taking one day at a time. And even the way this dragon is looking at the key, there is a feeling of you, and it sounds kind of cheesy to say like you found the key to happiness, because I don't know if there is like one specific key to happiness, but there's a feeling of you've gotten inner peace kind of figured out, and you're feeling like you're very much in alignment and very much on the right path. You could be very actively doing a lot more mindfulness practices in the year 2024. Things like journaling, meditating, breathing, and just being more present in your everyday actions. So for example, when you are cooking, when you're cleaning, when you're walking to the bus stop, when you're driving to work, when you're walking your dog. Like, just in those little moments, really not just thinking about this is another task that I just have to get through and just get through the day, but really be embodied in that experience. This is your vibe in the year of 2024, being a lot more mindful. And there's another deck, I think it's the Apparition deck, that also has kind of wavy swords. And sometimes when I see them, it makes me think of, because swords are supposed to be like truth and clarity. And so sometimes when they're wavy, it makes me think of a distorted truth. So I think this is you. You are in your inner peace prism and you're protected by your armor so that the BS of society cannot get to you. You have cultivated this inner peace and you're protecting it. And anything that would have once disrupted it and made you fall back into that pattern of stress and anxiety and feeling like you need to hurry, feeling like time is running out, feeling like you have to prove yourself to other people, feeling like you have to chase something outside of you. All of that BS cannot permeate your armor. I love that there's a heart on this armor because it's here to protect your heart. It's here to protect your inner peace. And this is a very empowering energy for you. With the Emperor, you have total power over your emotional state. And when you slow down, you really feel like you have control over the actions you take because you're not making them from like a reactionary place or from a place of feeling pressured. It's like every action you choose to take, it's something intentional. It's something that you're consciously choosing. And I think this energy is going to allow you to build all of the habits that you want to have, to build a healthier you. And it's all just being more mindful with every little thing you do, doing things with intention. I do think also part of you shifting into this abundance mentality, there's a feeling of not, how do I describe this? I guess not thinking of experiences as a transaction, or not thinking of them of like, how much am I going to gain or how much am I going to lose from this, and like penny pinching your money or your time. For example, if I say yes to this experience, it's going to put me back X amount of dollars. You're not thinking about value as just like the number of dollars. You're thinking about, this experience is valuable and I'm going to say yes to it and I'm going to spend the money on it because I know that that money is going to find its way back to me in some way or another. It's like you're not holding on tightly to money or even time. I can't do that because that's going to waste 20 minutes of my time, or I can't do that because I have to get this done first, and I'm just in a rush to get these things finished. Saying yes to things more without thinking about, well, what is this going to cost me? It's just like, if you want to do it, you do it. You have all the money in the world. You have all the time in the world. This is how you feel. Like if I can't do this thing that I want to do because I'm supposed to finish this task today. And I feel like in your new energy, you're like, well, maybe that task can wait. And you don't stress about like, oh my gosh, but I'm supposed to get it done. You just go have the beautiful experience, and that adds value to your life. I hope that makes sense. This is a really interesting card. Maybe if you're familiar with this word, it might exist in like the Chinese language, for example, as well. I think it actually comes from feng shui, if I'm not mistaken. Dragon meridian. I looked it up. I tried to get an understanding of it when I got this deck. It's like, I think that's why there's the country of Japan in the background. The dragon vein or the dragon meridian, it's this idea of like the path that chi flows in, the path that energy flows in. So there's like a dragon vein in the earth, and so that's the path that chi takes when it flows through the earth. And maybe, I don't know if we have that in our bodies too, like a dragon meridian in our body, I don't know. But there's this theory that people knew where the dragon veins were in earth, and so they would build important monuments or like build important sites along the vein. And there's theories that like certain points, certain like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm doing an okay job of describing this. Like, for example, I don't know, maybe like this temple and this temple and this temple through the world, they're all built on one line because that's the dragon vein, and these people knew that the chi was flowing there. And that's what I think a dragon vein is. If you know and you can explain it better, please do in the comments, but that's my understanding of it. And so I think you're on, that also gives me the feeling of you being onto something, of you being on the right path. And I think you're also in an energy of surrender. Like, I'm just going to keep going straight and trust that when I need to be directed, the universe is going to direct me. And it feels like your body is just relaxed. That, you know, when, I'm just thinking of someone's body being relaxed and they can flow. I don't know what that, you know, when was, what was supposed to come after that, but you can flow easier when you're in an energy of surrender, because there's no like resistance. Anyway, this is the energy that you're in. I am noticing this looks like a date, December 28th, which maybe that's like this year, 2023, December 28th could be a significant day. But let's get into your tarot now. I also want to mention we have Aries energy here and we have Libra energy here. If you don't have Aries or Libra placements, or no one significant in your life has Aries or Libra placements, it could just be symbolically representing the state of balance that you're achieving, because Aries and Libra are sister signs, like they balance each other out. I'm also noticing that both of these are number 8, like 26 adds up to 8, 17 adds up to 8. That's the number of abundance, which both of these cards are talking about. I don't know if they did that on purpose. Probably, because it's a numerology deck. Okay. Group number 3. Who is the person that group number 3 is becoming in 2024? We have, the 10 of Pentacles, dynasty, leaving a legacy, inheritance, wealth, financial security, long-term success, roots, family, ancestry, privilege, and affluence. So the abundance message is coming through strong. Something that you are welcoming into your life, we have the King of Cups, devoted, emotionally mature and balanced, intuitive, compassionate, supportive, and empath. Something that you are leaving behind. We have 2 coming out at the same time. Judgment and the Knight of Swords. Judgment, final decisions, absolutions, wake-up call, inner calling, life purpose, self-evaluation, awakening, and reckoning. And we have ambitious, fast-thinking, success-driven, assertive, direct, impatient, intellectual, daring, focused, and perfectionist. A significant blessing that's coming to you in 2024. The 3 of Cups, celebrations, friendship, collaborations, community, circle of support, social events, creativity, your place of shared joy. A significant accomplishment that you are reaching. The Moon, illusion, hidden, subconscious, the unseen, the unknown, fears, trusting intuition, uncertainty, confusion, secrets, and complex. A significant source of joy for you throughout this year. Strength, self-love and respect, unconditional love, courage, inner strength, influence, compassion, persuasion, and inner stillness. And then a significant challenge. The Hierophant, spiritual wisdom, religious beliefs, traditions, conventions, conformity, education, higher knowledge, teacher, and belief systems. And then the advice for you is the Eight of Cups for confronting this challenge. Moving on, unfulfilled from current situation, abandonment, walking away into the unknown, letting go, searching for truth, and leaving. Okay, that makes sense. So that fits pretty okay. So let's go through this in order. With the person you are becoming, we have the 10 of Pentacles. And I love that in the previous part of the reading, in the first part, we were talking about abundance becoming your way of being. And then for the person you're becoming, we have this card that talks about wealth, security, affluence. And this just really confirms that you are embodying that abundance mindset. And this is something, I feel like this is not just an energy you're in 2024. This is something that is going to be long lasting. This is maybe the result of inner work or healing that you've been doing for quite some time. And so because you've spent a lot of time in reaching this place of security and inner peace, it's like cemented for you. This is your new normal. This is your new default. This is your new way of being. I do think that in 2024, your financial situation is improving. You will feel like you're taken care of for the years to come. If you've made financial investments in the past, they could be paying off this year. And there's a feeling, with the 10 of Pentacles, it's always that not only you are cared for, but your loved ones are cared for as well. So if you have people who depend on you, like children or parents, or just anyone who depends on you financially or materially, know that they are going to be safe and taken care of as well. And I was going to say something and then I forgot. That happens sometimes. But anyway, you're secure, you're prosperous. And I think being in this energy, like we spoke about, the more you share, the more wealthy you become. This is going to make you like a more generous person. Think of if someone had infinite money in their bank account. I know that's not possible, but if someone had infinite money in their bank account and then someone asked them for $10, like it makes no difference to give that to them because either way you have infinite money. And I think that's kind of how you're going to be feeling with your energy. Of course, I'm not saying to go and like give your energy to everyone and deplete your energy. I just think you're feeling more abundant in what you have, that when you give to someone, it just feels good. Like it just feels good to give. It doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, giving to this person means I'm losing something, or giving to this person is going to set me back X amount of time or X amount of money. It just feels like you're not thinking about it like that. You're just focused on the joy of serving and the joy of giving. And you know that the universe is going to give all of that energy right back to you. And I think you're really in a place where serving others and giving to others makes you feel more abundant. And with that being said, if you're not already, I do see you in a career that is focused on service. And the biggest value that you feel from that job is not necessarily the money that you make, but it's how you can truly see the impact that you're having on other people. You can truly see how you're helping other people. So I think there's a big sense of career fulfillment for you in 2024 as well. If there's something that you love doing for others, a way that you love making others happy, I think you will be able to make a living out of that in 2024 if you aren't already. And for what you're welcoming into your life, we have the King of Cups. This could be a specific person that is coming into your life in 2024, or it could be the type of person overall that is coming into your life this year. People who are emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, and emotionally available. These are the type of people who are coming into your life. I also think if you don't have this already, you are building a spiritual community or like a group of friends who are spiritual like you. I'm jumping forward a bit, but in terms of the blessing you're receiving, like a big blessing you're receiving this year, we have the Three of Cups, which to me, it's like definitely friendship, a circle of support, a place of shared joy. And I think that these friends you're welcoming into your life, they all kind of radiate this King of Cups energy where they have, I want to say sovereignty, like sovereignty over their emotions. Like they know how they feel and no one can convince them otherwise. And they can express their emotions in a healthy way, and they know how to express their needs, and they know how to create space for their loved ones to express theirs, and they know how to nurture their loved ones and ensure that their needs are met. Just, you know, emotionally mature and loving and caring and generous people. That's the kind of people that you're welcoming into your life. And there's even a message coming through that if you had any like materialistic tendencies, or if you found yourself caring a lot about superficial things, you know, everyone has the right to care about what they want. Like that's not a judgment. Just that may have been a result of the type of people you were hanging out with. Whereas I feel like in your true nature, especially with the Eight of Cups here, in your true nature, you don't really give a crap about about material things or superficial things. You may have been influenced by people around you or influenced by society that like they almost convinced you to care about that kind of thing. But I think being surrounded by these friends who are like deeply spiritual, and they feel like love is the greatest wealth and connection is the greatest wealth, I think you'll start to kind of remember that you had this value deep down, like, yeah, this is what I've always cared about. And I just see you having like a close-knit circle of friends that are unconditionally loving and supportive, and who are also really spiritual like you and really psychic like you. With the moon too, this is like divine feminine and psychic energy, and that's the kind of people that you're welcoming into your life. And you're welcoming that really strong spiritual bond and intimacy into your life as well. There could be, this is a very specific message, but some of you may be having a reconciliation with an older male. I was thinking of a father figure, honestly, like a father figure or like an older male relative that you're kind of rebuilding a connection with or letting back into your life. It doesn't have to be family, of course, but if there's like an older man that you want to reconcile with, that could be something that's happening in 2024 as well. And then for something that you're walking away from, something that you're leaving behind, we have Judgment. And when I first saw this card come out, I really did feel called to take it literally, in the sense that you are releasing judgments that you've held, especially on yourself. And that's something that the Strength card can talk about as well, like releasing harsh judgments on yourself and just letting yourself be who you were always meant to be. I also think with the Knight of Swords here, there could be something that you might stop doing in 2024 is you might stop, okay, there's a couple things. You might stop trying to rationalize away your emotions, because like whether or not you do that, the feeling is there. The feeling needs to be expressed. It needs to move through you eventually. The example that's coming to my mind is like holding in a burp or holding in a fart. Like you can do it for some time, but the fact of the matter is that it's there and it's going to pass through you eventually in some way. And I think emotions are the same. And I can think of an example, which is, it's kind of a trivial example because this can happen on a much larger scale. But yesterday I was on a really long trip. There was like 4 legs to this trip, like a train ride and then a plane ride and then another train ride and then a car ride. And I was on the last leg of the trip, which was like the taxi ride home, and I got stuck in traffic for like an hour and a half. And I was so hungry and like PMSing and I was so tired and I wanted to cry. But then the logical part of my brain was like, oh my God, that's so stupid. Like, it's just traffic. Like, you're being such a baby. Like, don't cry. Because there's that part of me that's like, I want to cry. And then the other part of me was like, you're being stupid. Like, this is not a big deal. Don't cry. And it's like, whether or not I cry, the emotion is still there. Like, ignoring it doesn't mean I suddenly don't feel that way. So like, what's the difference? And like, why does it even matter? Why can't I cry? Who is going to judge me other than me? You know, like, anyway, that's why I say it's a trivial example, but because I'm sure that same thing happens for much more important things than getting stuck in traffic and being hangry and being like, but anyway, all of that to say, I think you're leaving behind that inner voice that's like, stop feeling that way, it's not a big deal, or like just trying to rationalize away without even giving you the opportunity to sit in your feelings. I think that's something that you're going to stop doing. And I also think another thing you're going to stop doing, and this is kind of related, but rushing through your healing process, like trying to get that over with. So if there's, you know, something that's hurting you, trying to just like get over it as soon as possible, or get back to normal, quote unquote, as soon as possible, and just really like giving yourself that time to feel things. And I think these people who are in your life, this Three of Cups, this like soul family, are really like facilitators of that. They really make your emotions feel seen and just hold space for them, whatever they might be. And we don't rush into the stage of processing. We don't rush into the stage of fixing. We take all the time we need for that part that's just about feeling with no action required. I think something you're also leaving behind is feeling responsible for how other people feel. The previous you, maybe like if you felt that someone else was uncomfortable, someone else was annoyed, someone else was angry, you maybe would try to like rush to fix the situation. But now you're realizing, A, that's not my responsibility, and B, that might not even be what's best for them, you know? They might need time to process their emotions. And even if that makes me uncomfortable, because like being around someone who's uncomfortable makes me uncomfortable and I feel that urge to fix it, maybe I just have to let them feel how they feel and let them make sense of their emotions on their own and let them come to me when they're ready. You know, even if their annoyance is because of me and that makes me even more uncomfortable, maybe I just have to let them feel how they feel right now and realize that they're allowed to be upset with me. And it's not my job to like rush to fix things. When they're, you know, when they're ready to say how they feel and say what they need from me, then we can work to moving things to a better place together. But my job is not to be like, you know, I'm imagining like a dam that has water leaking out and you're trying to grow like 8 arms so you can plug all the holes. Anyway, weird visual, but yeah, these are some things that I think you are leaving behind. You also might be leaving behind this idea that your life is about finding your purpose. Like there's this one job that you're meant to have, and when you find it, you'll be whole and complete. Because I think you're realizing that your soul's mission is really just to connect with others, serve other people and help other people and make people's lives better. And I think you're kind of detaching from like, what job am I supposed to do? Or like, who am I supposed to be in the world? What's my purpose? And just being like, this is what my soul desires. And however that might take shape, it's going to be a beautiful journey. It's like you're removing that pressure of like, I need to find out who I'm going to be when I grow up. I need to find out what my purpose is. It's like that movie. I think the movie's just called Soul, that animated movie. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a great movie. I highly recommend it. But anyway, yeah, we've spoken about this Three of Cups, your greatest blessing being this being this social circle. Someone who's already close to you might also be experiencing a significant milestone in 2024. For example, maybe your best friend is getting married, or your sibling is having a child, or your child is graduating or getting a job. Like someone very close to you, I think you're like celebrating a milestone with them. You could be going to a wedding or going to a ceremony to support your loved one this year as well. This also seems like a year where you're enjoying creativity and you're enjoying socializing in a way that is like energetically sustainable to you. More like selective socializing, not necessarily just going out randomly to meet new people, but going out to events or going out to activities where you know that like-minded people are going to be there. You know that you're surrounded by your type of person. And so you'll find that kind of like intentional social interaction is much less draining. In terms of an accomplishment, we have the moon. So there could be a breakthrough that you're having with your psychic abilities that feels like a significant accomplishment. There could also be a breakthrough with like dreaming. Maybe you successfully have a lucid dream for the first time, or you successfully like communicate to someone through a dream for the first time, or you successfully have like a prophetic dream for the first time where you see something that's going to happen before it does, or like some kind of dream work could be significant. I also think something else you might accomplish is overcoming a big fear, like facing a fear. So if you had a really bad fear of heights, maybe something that you're doing in 2024 is like zip lining, and facing that fear and realizing, oh, that wasn't so bad, and overcoming it. Or maybe you're really scared of butterflies, like I'm scared of any type of insect, and so you go to one of those, like, those botanical gardens where the butterflies are just, oh I'm like getting scared talking about it. They're just like flying all willy-nilly and they could land on you. So like you will go to face that fear, and I think in the process realize that it's not so bad. Yeah. In terms of a source of joy with strength, I actually thought of some type of exercise that could really bring a lot of joy into your life in 2024. It could be yoga, it could be strength training, it could be cardio. It doesn't really matter. I think it's some kind of physical exercise that requires discipline and that does make your body and mind stronger. That will bring you a lot of joy. Also, if I look at this image and take it literally, there could be a companion animal who is bringing you a lot of joy, whether that's one who's already in your life, or if you don't have one, you could be bringing one into your home, or spending time with animals. Even if it's not your own companion animal, spending time with animals could bring you a lot of joy. Yeah. I'm just looking at the keywords if there's anything else. Inner stillness, that makes me think of the mindfulness exercises we talked about. And then there's also like self-love, self-respect, and compassion. So I honestly, this might sound kind of cheesy, but I honestly think that you yourself are your own greatest source of joy, because you've cultivated a mindset that makes you happy. You've cultivated self-love. You've, built a lifestyle and built relationships that make you happy. So just being you and being creative, definitely creativity will be a beautiful source of joy for you. And like play, I feel like that also is kind of vague, but just allowing yourself play and allowing yourself leisure time, playing games literally, could be something that makes you really happy this year. Just doing things that aren't necessarily productive, but that are fun and that bring you a lot of joy. Something I see you doing a lot this year as well is creating, not for any specific purpose, so like writing a work of fiction, not because you're going to publish it and sell it, but just because it's a fun thing to do and you're going to have a good time, you know, playing an instrument, not because you are practicing for a recital, but because you just, I don't know, there's a song that you want to learn because you like that song. So things like that, things that are just for your joy. And then for the last message here, a significant challenge and advice to overcome it. The challenge is the Hierophant. So this is definitely talking about societal norms. When you are living your happiest life and living your most peaceful life, it does seem that a lot of that will involve you going against societal norms. And for some of you, it could be going against things that you had been conditioned to believe as a child. So it could go against, for example, like spiritual or religious beliefs that you were taught to have, work ambitions or work ethic that you were taught to have, values that you were taught to have. You may find that living your best life actually goes against a lot of those things that you were taught. And so there's a challenge of unlearning that, even though in your heart of hearts, you know that just because I was taught this as a child, it doesn't mean that it's like the be all end all truth and that I must adhere to this way of living. But, you know, when it's conditioned like that, I think you have to like deprogram it and give yourself that patience while you hold those conflicting beliefs, because there will be like the urge to still adhere to it, and there will still be that fear of like, if I stray from this path, I'm doing something wrong. But then there's that conscious part of you that's like, no, let's take you out of this. Like, this is not, there's no one way to live. So yeah, deprogramming yourself from your upbringing or from societal norms, I think will be a challenge. And with the Eight of Cups, I definitely think it's adding context, because this is like you're walking away from something that's not fulfilling you, that's just like empty to you, and you're looking for a deeper spiritual meaning. And so I think you'll just find that the norm, so to speak, it just feels like it lacks substance for you. And there is the advice here to walk away from it. So in moments where you're maybe feeling shame or feeling like a struggle to drop these values, or like you feel almost like you're doing something bad by going against them, I think, well, the advice just walk away is maybe not helpful, but just remember that the whole reason you're walking away is because your soul is longing for something deeper. And you know, it might be easier, quote unquote, it might be easier to live a life where you're conforming to these standards, but it's like, pick your challenge, because it's hard to walk away. It's hard to go against the grain, but it will also be hard to live a life where you're conforming to these standards and basically living inauthentically. So which hard do you want to have? The hard of liberation or the hard of conforming when you don't want to? Well, probably this one. This is your advice anyway, to look for what really makes your soul happy, because that's what you have a right to do. And you know, the Hierophant, it's just like, the whole reason the norms are the norms is just because some people in power decided they were. It's not inherently better. You know, they just speak with so much confidence, like, and also oppress anyone who has different beliefs and then say like, see, this is the normal way to live because everyone is doing it. Probably because you shamed everyone who didn't do that. Anyway, yeah, don't fall for what the people in power say. They're not right just because they're in power. Anyway, these are all the messages for my group number 3s. We're going to take it over to the extended now. So as a reminder, in the extended, we're going to see significant times of the year. So what time of the year will bring you a big blessing, a big change, and a challenge. And then we are going to see a significant new connection that is coming in 2024. We're also going to see an existing connection of yours that will be significant in 2024 and why. And then we're going to finish off with 2 yes or no questions of your choice. So if that sounds good to you and you would like to join me over in the extended, I'm going to have that linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Wish you a lovely rest of 2023 and an even better 2024. Don't forget to comment below if you would like to enter the giveaway. Let me know in the comment that you are one of the people who's interested in entering. Let me know that you chose group 3 and let me know how the reading resonated for you. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon where you can watch dozens of exclusive pick a card readings just like this one. And you can also decide on topics for future readings. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. Thank you for being here throughout the year of 2023. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sending so much love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading directly or indirectly. I'm sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, your companion animals, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the orange calcite and the Thoth tarot, this is going to be a reading all about your year of 2024. So I want to just start off by going over what's going to be covered in today's reading, and then I also want to briefly explain the giveaway for those of you who are interested in entering. So for the reading today, we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. Here on YouTube, we're going to start by seeing the overall energies of you and your life in 2024 and see what is shifting for you. We're going to see the person you're becoming, what you are welcoming into your life, as well as what you are leaving behind. And then we're going to see a significant blessing coming your way in 2024, a significant accomplishment that you'll be reaching, a significant source of joy for you this year, and then finally a significant challenge you'll be facing and advice for facing this challenge. And then in the extended reading, we're going to take a look at times of the year that will be significant for you. So we'll see around what time of the year you will be receiving a significant blessing, a significant change, and a significant challenge, and we'll get a little bit into the energies of those. And then we're going to look at your connection. So we're going to see a new connection coming in 2024 that's going to be significant, as well as an existing connection and why it's going to be significant in 2024. And then at the end of the reading, we will answer 2 yes or no and why questions of your choice. My idea for this is that it would be a question about 2024. Like, for example, is this going to happen in 2024? Yes or no? You don't have to do this if you want to ask about something completely unrelated. That is totally fine. It's up to you. You can choose the questions. So that's the reading for today. I'm going to talk about the giveaway now. So if you are not interested in the giveaway, feel free to skip this part. But for the giveaway, I'm going to be giving away 2 question personal video readings. I do just want to reiterate here that these are free. It's a giveaway. I'm not charging money. So if anyone claiming to be me messages you or responds to your comment saying that they're going to do a reading for you and they are trying to charge you, that is a scammer. So just be careful of scammers. I will choose 4 winners for the personal readings, and I'm going to choose the winners randomly on December 31st. So you have the whole month of December to enter. And in order to enter, just comment on this video. Let me know that you are one of the people who's interested in the giveaway. Let me know what pile you chose, so pile 4, and let me know how the reading resonated for you. And if you do win the giveaway, I'll respond to your comment with an email address to reach out to me. And then when you email me, please send a screenshot of the notification you received when I replied to your comment. Do not just screenshot the comment and the reply, because anybody could go and find your winning comment and screenshot it and claim to be you, but only you can see the notification that I replied. So make sure to send me the actual notification that you received, and then we can discuss the questions that you would like answered in your reading and the timeline of when you will receive it and all of that stuff. And I do just want to say thank you in advance to anyone who enters the giveaway, and thank you so much for your support this year in 2023. So with all of that, let's get into your reading now. We're going to start with the overall energies and see what is changing for you this year. So we have creativity, and it says that you are the creator of your world. Then we have the Page of Cups. And then we have, so this dragon is like an omen or a sign, and it is your sign to be yourself, or your sign to live authentically as you. I don't know why my wording was so crappy there, but this dragon is a sign to live as your authentic self. There we go. So then we have supporter. And it says, when you heal yourself, you heal those around you. We have the Five of Cups. And then we have the Water Dragon, and it says that this is a time to face your emotions. That is so interesting. Okay, this is interesting, but I want to start up here on the top half. So first of all, I'm noticing these numbers 29 and 30. Maybe some of you guys are like turning 30 in the year 2024. Or maybe some of you are going through a Saturn return. But a big theme, I think, or something that you're embracing this year is creating your own reality. And when I look at these hot air balloons, you know, the expansion, the ascension of hot air balloons, it feels like this is a year where you're being reminded that there really are no limits to what you can create and what you can manifest for yourself. And with this being a numerology deck, I really feel like the number 30 is so fitting for that, like with 3 representing creativity and manifestation, and then 0 representing, you know, limitlessness, like a completely clean slate for you to create your desired reality on. So this could be a year where you are consciously manifesting a lot of things for yourself. And I think it's also really fitting that the Page of Cups comes out, because the Page of Cups is inherently creative, and the fact that it's a page, it has so much potential. And with the page as well, I get this feeling of it's not too late, because the page is young, the page is in the early stages. There's a feeling of it's not too late, you still have all the time in the world to manifest your desire. So some of you may have this false sense of either running out of time or even being too old to manifest something or experience something. And so it's interesting that the numbers 29 and 30 come out, because oftentimes I feel like when we enter a new decade of life, it could not be that you're turning 30, but maybe many of you are entering a new decade, like you're turning 30, you're turning 40, you're turning 50. And I hope that this becomes less of the case as we get older. But I feel like when we enter into a new decade of our life, we have these ideas of what we should have accomplished by that age and where our life should be. And so I think this year you're kind of getting over that arbitrary idea of like, by X age I should have done X, Y, Z, and just giving yourself the time to explore, giving yourself the time to play. You know, the Page of Cups is playful and is open to the unexpected and unpredictable aspects of life, doesn't have such a rigid plan, just wants to be spontaneous and enjoy the moment. And so I think you're taking that pressure off of yourself to have everything figured out. And when you manifest from that place, things can really exceed your expectations. And we also have this message about being your authentic self. So not worrying about pressures that may come from other people or society, or even pressures that are coming from within you. Now, if we go down to the bottom row, this is super interesting because we have the Five of Cups, which, as you can probably tell, is not the happiest card. It's a card that can talk about sadness, heartbreak, grief, disappointment. And then we have this dragon, which kind of looks like it is sneaking up on you. And it's telling you that it's time to face your emotions. It's interesting too that this dragon is the number 17, because this is the number of the star card, which does indicate a bright future. But it's almost like what is standing between you and your bright future is this ability to face your emotions. And more specifically, with this being, a negative emotion, it's the ability to face your pain. There may be a grief that we haven't finished processing, or a sadness within us that we haven't acknowledged and that wants to be acknowledged, and that may be something that's happening this year, because we also have a message of healing with this supporter card. I think okay, I hope that I'm going to be able to put this into words, because this message just came, but I'm not really sure how to phrase it. When I look at this Page of Cups, I'm kind of feeling an entertainer. I think it's just the way that they are flamboyantly dressed up, and they want to make people happy. They want to keep things light and fun. There's a feeling of someone who's been almost like performing happiness, pretending that everything is okay when inside they're hurting about something. And it's like they just don't want to burden anyone with their sadness. But I think what you're realizing this year is that faking happiness does not help anyone. It doesn't help the people around you. It doesn't help the people who are observing you. What it might do is you might be avoiding temporary discomfort, because it can be uncomfortable to display your pain and uncomfortable to talk about your pain. You may be avoiding some of that, but it's not genuinely beneficial. I'm sure you guys have heard, when you show up as your best self, that benefits people around you. When you show up as your most authentic self, that benefits people around you. And I feel like until you address your pain and heal some wound, it's like you can't really show up as your best self or your most authentic self. And you can't really show up as the version of you need to be for your loved ones. And there's this feeling of, if you are honest about this pain that you're feeling, it could not only be a bonding experience for people in your life, a chance for them to get to know you better, it also provides an opportunity for them to open up to you. And this happiness that you're performing could actually be harmful, because there's maybe other people out there who are hurting too. And it's almost like showing your pain would normalize it. And that would provide others with an opportunity to be vulnerable and show their pain too. And I'm thinking of social media right now, just because it's kind of rampant on social media to only show the best parts of your life and perform as this person who's living the perfect life. But then we have these moments where people are just raw and authentic, and they talk about what's not going well for them. And then other people, first of all, can relate. There may be something therapeutic in seeing your emotional process. If they can relate to it, they feel less alone. Your insights may help them with what they're dealing with, but also it removes this pressure. It's almost like this sigh of relief. Like, I knew that it was BS to be happy and wearing a smile all the time. And, you know, someone might have been looking at you, always putting on a smile, always acting like everything's okay, and being like, why can't I be like them? They just have it so together. They're always happy. And so those very people that you were trying to protect by always acting like everything's okay because you didn't want to burden them, it may actually have been hurting them because they felt pressure of like, wow, group 4 always has it together. Is something wrong with me that I'm like struggling? It will always pay to be authentic, even when that authenticity looks like this. We need this connection. We need this vulnerability. So facing your pain and being open about it, I think, is something you're really embracing in 2024. And I think that you'll actually find it vastly improves your relationships. It creates more opportunities for bonding. It creates opportunities for people to get to know you better and for them to share their story, and then you get to know them better. When you heal yourself, you will heal those around you. But in order to heal yourself, you need to face your pain and you need to show it rather than just being this flamboyantly dressed, like everything's fine Page of Cups. You may think that is benefiting people around you, but it's actually not. And then another bonus to processing this pain is finally that blockage that existed between the version of you you're performing and your authentic self is removed. And when you manifest as your authentic self, that's when your manifestations can really, because you're pouring authentic emotion into it, that's when they can really go above and beyond your expectations. We do have quite a bit of water energy here, specifically Scorpio with the 5 of Cups, in case that is relevant. But let's get into your tarot now. I also want to mention that dolphins could be a relevant sign for you. Dolphins, tulips, also hot air balloons. And also, I just realized, like here, this person acting like everything's fine, the dragon is facing away. So it's like you're not facing your feelings. And then, like, this is your sign to start being yourself. And then you face your feelings. And now the dragon's looking at you. Yeah. The water dragon, isn't that, it reminds me of the Chinese zodiac, because there's Year of the Dragon, but then there's also the different elements like wood, water, metal, earth, fire. I think someone who is born in the year of the water dragon could be significant. I don't know what that is off the top of my head. Like, I don't even know what year that is. And, because there's 5 elements, that would be like every 60 years. So I don't even know, like, yeah, surely there's water dragons around. I'm gonna make a note to look up when that is, and I'll put it, I just threw something on the floor so that when I finish filming, I'll be like, why is that on the floor? And then I'll remember that I have to look it up. So, okay. Now let's see, who are you becoming in the year 2024? We have the 10 of, this is the 10 of Wands, yes. And it says oppression. Oh, this is the Five of Cups. And this is what you're welcoming into your life. And it's the Five of Cups. Disappointment. There's something like you need to allow yourself to feel disappointed about. You need to allow yourself to be sad about something. And I feel like with who you're becoming being the Ten of Wands, this is like you've reached your maximum capacity for being able to carry this burden. And there may be something of this is Sag and Scorpio energy, so this may be actually something that you're going through at the end of 2023, because that's like, I mean, we already passed Scorpio season when this video is up, but we're in Sag season at the end of 2023. There may be something of a breakdown, or like that you're going through, or like you're reaching some kind of emotional capacity that you can't even hold this in anymore. It's like finally some emotion is bubbling over and is being released, and that could be quite cathartic. You know, with Scorpio energy, that's transformative energy. With Sagittarius, that's expansive energy. I also think, you know, in terms of someone's personality, the Ten of Wands, it kind of feels like someone who just takes everything on themselves. And I think we were speaking about this in a different group, because I do think a lot of people struggle with this, but they kind of feel like they need to carry all the burden in relationships. They need to be responsible for how other people feel. They may struggle with people-pleasing tendencies. When they're struggling with something, they may feel like, oh, I need to keep this to myself so I don't bother anyone. I feel like that's something that you are in the process of breaking. The fact that this remains your energy through 2024, I just think this is saying that it will take some time to really overcome this. Like if you've been a people pleaser your whole life, realistically, it may take many years to overcome it. So it may not be something that you see like the complete healing of in 2024, but you are definitely getting there. I feel like this number 5, it's in the middle of the numbers and it indicates change. So you are making significant progress in this regard. There may be some times where you still struggle, but that's very normal. What is something that you are leaving behind in 2024? What is something that you're leaving behind? We have the Priestess. Okay. So at first I thought this was a person, which I guess it could be, but it may be more of an energy that you are leaving behind. Some things that the High Priestess can represent is like things being hidden or things being secret. And also it's a very internal card. It talks about our inner world. So I think just judging from the previous energy that we've seen, I think something that you're leaving, something that you're leaving behind is, first of all, holding things in. So you're not keeping things to yourself anymore. You're expressing how you feel. You're finding outlets for your emotions to avoid these moments of bubbling over, or to even avoid burnout, like mental and emotional burnout. You're finding healthy outlets for your emotions. I think a lot of that is talking to people, but it could also be something like creative expression, getting your feelings out through like art, getting your feelings out through movement. through moving your body. Like, we're not going to hold things in anymore, and we're going to speak up when we're feeling something. You know, the high priestess, she can indicate someone who's kind of like keeping things to themselves and is more reserved. Like, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to communicate. We're going to express how we're feeling. And another thing that we're going to stop doing, you know, this does talk about intuition. I think, and I've been seeing this quite a bit in readings recently. I think one thing we're going to stop doing in 2024 is relying on our intuition when we, or I don't know if intuition is the right word, but like relying on spiritual insights or relying on like psychic insights or trying to like use our intuition or trying to feel our way through something when there is no need to do that. So for example, let's say you hung out with your friend and you felt like their vibe was kind of off and it maybe seemed like they were upset at you for some reason, where the past you would have ruminated about it and tried to like read between the lines and like, what is my intuition telling me about this situation? Let me ask my cards. Like, is my friend mad at me? And, you know, trying to like solve the mystery in the dark and like feel your way through the dark to find the answer when you could just confront your friend about it, you know? Like, hey, you know, maybe I was just imagining things, but like your energy seemed a bit off. I was just wondering if you're upset about something. You know what I mean? Or like, I like this person. I have a crush on this person. I want to be with this person, but I don't know how they feel about me. So let me see, what did I dream about this person? What did this reading say? Like, going to the occult things or going to like divination when you could just find the answer by having an honest conversation. I guess when not going in when the information is right there outside. And this is not to say don't listen to your intuition, but I guess there's some things that don't have to be a mystery. If we just get it out in the open, they don't have to be a mystery. Like, let's not leave things as a secret. Let's not leave things unsaid. So the same way you're not going to hold in how you're feeling, when you don't know how someone else is feeling, there are things that you can do to clarify that. Ask them. Ask them how they're feeling rather than ruminating on it by yourself. It might be uncomfortable, right? But there's that feeling of, by pretending everything is okay, we're not really helping anything. We're just maybe delaying some discomfort. So I think you're just leaving things up to mystery, leaving things up to your assumption. We're not doing that anymore. We're having like clear, open, direct conversations with the people in our life. And like, we're not making assumptions anymore. And if there's one thing I've learned in my relationship, you cannot assume anything. Like, you can't assume that your partner or like the people close to you think the same way that you do about certain issues, or that they're feeling a certain way based on how they're acting. You cannot tell. It's better to just openly talk about these things. Okay, let's see a significant blessing that is coming. A significant blessing coming to group number 4 in 2024. Ooh, we have the Prince of Swords. Is this the Knight of Swords or the Page of Swords? Let me see. Oh no, that's the Page. The Page of Swords. So that makes a lot of sense, because the one thing about the Page of Swords is that he is blunt and direct as heck. This is the blessing of like clear, direct, honest communication. And you are going to find this has such a positive impact in your relationships. Like back into that example of like wondering if someone is mad at you, past you, maybe in the past they would like ruminate about this for days and it would make them anxious. Whereas the new you just goes to confront them and is like, did something upset you? And then you find out in that moment, like, oh no, everything's fine. I was upset because blah, blah, blah. Or, yeah, I was annoyed at you because you did this. And even if that's hard to hear, you talk through it and then it's over. Like you dealt with it. And I feel like there's things that in the past, there would be things that you would leave like to ruminate over and just like leave them simmering below the surface and making you anxious because you didn't want that discomfort of confrontation. It was like you were avoiding confrontation, or like you were scared about what the result of that conversation would be. So you would just like worry about it for a long time. And that is so funny because that's actually worse. It ends up being more discomfort being worried about it for all those days than if you had just confronted it. And I have the perfect example of this. I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, but there was a large stink bug in my house the other day. And you guys know, if you listen to some of my readings, thank you by the way, I don't fuck with bugs of any kind. And so I obviously call my mommy because I'm a grown adult woman. And I'm like, there's a stink bug in my house. It was on one of my house plants and it had been outside and I brought it inside and I didn't realize until the next day there was a stink bug on it. And I tortured myself for at least 30 minutes being like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And my mom's like, just pick up the plant and put it outside. Like this whole thing could have been over in 10 seconds. And you know that eventually that's what you're gonna have to do. And I was just dragging out my anguish by being a pussy and not picking up the damn plant. And eventually I did it because I had no choice, but it could have been done in 10 seconds or it could have been done in 30 minutes. And for some reason I chose the 30 minutes option and I just really prolonged my stress. And yes, it's gonna be stressful and scary either way, but this is you choosing the quick and clean cut version. That in this example, your blessing is you are gaining the courage to put out the stink bug as soon as you see it and just like confront, you know? And if you're like a people pleaser, if you're a non-confrontational person, this is really difficult, but this is something that you're finally able to do. And I think it's just like, I never want to feel like this again. I never want to feel like this burnout again, this emotional burnout. And when I feel like a vibe is off, I want to bring it up like when it happens. I think we're definitely still using our intuition to sense if some energy is off or if something needs to be addressed, but we're not going to rely on just intuition to take us through that whole process and to figure out what's going on. We're going to rely on using our words and talking to people. And so, you know, you may in that process hear something that you don't want to hear, but it's so much easier to just hear it. And then you can address it. If you never hear it, you can never really address the problem. So I think just like, it's like you're making a commitment to significant people in your life and to yourself that we're choosing complete, like, radical honesty from here on out. We're going to be very, very honest about how we're feeling. We're going to have the difficult conversations. There could be a significant relationship of yours that is drastically improving because of this, or it could just be like your relationships in general. With the Page of Swords, there could also be a significant friendship that is a blessing to you in 2024. There could also be a blessing of, like, if there's someone that you want to receive communication from, you could be receiving communication from them. Or if there's someone that you would like to talk to more, like get closer to and talk to them more, that could be happening this year as well. And it could even be someone that you haven't been acquainted with yet, but that you like look up to them. And a car just honked outside to confirm that. So I don't know, for example, maybe there's a live streamer that you like, and in 2024 they start really frequently like addressing your messages during the stream, or maybe you even start like DMing them, or you might even become friends with someone you admire. What is a significant accomplishment? I mean, this is a significant accomplishment, but what else do you need to know about? Ooh, oh my gosh, we have the moon. That is the exact same card that came out for group number 3 in terms of their significant accomplishment. And one of the things I said to them was that they might be facing a fear. And is that a bug? There's a bug on this card. So yes. And just looking at these mirrored images, I feel like there definitely is like a significant connection that is getting stronger. So this could be with your partner, with a friend, with a love interest. There's a connection that's getting stronger. A bond is deepening because you're getting things out in the open. You're making the unseen seen. There's also a feeling of, it's something to do with creativity or a project that you're really kind of obsessed with, but it's still in the preparation stages. And I think your spiritual team is encouraging you to almost redefine what you think of as a significant accomplishment. So if you're writing a book, for example, maybe you think that the significant accomplishment is like when it gets published, or when it receives a good review, or when it gets good press, or when it sells X amount of copies. You might think of that as the accomplishment, but your spiritual team wants you to know that the fact you're even showing up to write this book is in itself a huge accomplishment. And honestly, if you ask them, they think that is more significant. You know, they understand why your ego would prefer to see, oh no, I want to see it sell this amount of copies, or I want to see it featured in this publication. They understand why you would see that as the accomplishment, because it's external validation, and your ego likes that. It's like you proved yourself to the world. But they're saying the fact that you even showed up and did it is actually the accomplishment. And you know, to our ego, that sounds like BS, right? But they're saying this is genuinely how we see it. That creative process that you went through, that learning process that you went through, the trial and error that you went through, the discipline that you showed, that is the real accomplishment. And I think there's a shift where you're celebrating the process. You're genuinely coming to celebrate the process more than the actual result of your work when it's like out in the world, and you're taking joy in those days of preparation. I'm also thinking of like a musical artist who maybe in the past, when they were like going in to make an album, they would fantasize about the moment that this album gets recognition, the moment that this album hits the charts, the moment that the crowd is cheering for them. And now the part that really excites them is all the behind the scenes stuff, is the production, is the late night talks with their co-writers. Like, those are the moments that really like inspire them and really excite them. All of the process, all of the work that goes into it, all of the stuff that the world doesn't see, those intimate moments of creation. I think that's what you're really starting to value. Like, the other stuff is good too, but it's just, I guess it's not really, that ego-based stuff is not really like floating your boat. And that's not to say that you won't receive recognition for what you're doing, just that that becomes something that you don't value as much, and that actually allows you to create more authentic work. You will create better work when you stop caring so much about like the reception or about the performance of your work. Because you'll make something, when that pressure should not be in the room when you're creating, is what your spiritual team is saying. That's when you're going to make your most authentic work. And that's what's ironically really going to resonate with people. And so maybe an accomplishment for you this year is releasing a piece of work that is just such an intimate and authentic and accurate representation of who you are, that really has your essence in it, and that allows people to get a glimpse into you as a soul. I'm hearing like people are tired. People are tired of perfection. People are tired of polish. People are tired of the same shit over and over again. They want your authenticity. Okay, a significant source of joy for you in the year 2024. Ooh, gain with the 9 of Pentacles. Your career and the way in which you make money is going to be a significant source of joy for you in 2024. So you are definitely doing something for a living that makes you very happy, that we spoke about, that allows you to be your authentic self. You could be working with a certain degree of independence. So for some of you, you could be completely self-employed, and that's something that really brings you joy, being able to choose your own schedule and to choose who you collaborate with. And also, what was I going to say? Even if you're not completely self-employed, I do think that you have independence and flexibility in your work, and that's something that's going to make you really happy. So even if you are employed by someone, maybe you get to decide what days you work or what projects you're involved in, or you might work for a company that's really flexible and that allows you to take longer holidays, or they can accommodate to you like suddenly needing to take a day off. If you do work for a company, I feel like they really value their employees as people and not just as like tools to make them more money. They understand that you have a personal life. They understand that your job with them is not your whole life, and they don't want it to be. They encourage you to have other things going on outside of work. And they really support that, because with the 9 of Pentacles, this really gives me a feeling of someone who has a good work-life balance and who has a well-rounded life. I just looked up and saw 4141. So that's a number that makes me think of houses and homes. So you could be working from home, or working for a company, or working with a team that really feels like home. And also, like, your fans, your audience, your clients, whatever it might be, they are going to be a huge source of joy for you, because they inspire you so much. They talk about how much you inspire them, but they inspire you so much. And it's like you're so humbled that these are the people who are your audience. You're so humbled that these are the people who are your clients, these badass, inspiring people. And that's even more reason for you to keep showing up as your authentic self. And yeah, we have gain here, so there is definitely financial gain coming to you in 2024. In a sustainable way, I'm hearing. So yeah, you're not like hustling. You could be creating passive income actually, because it's income that doesn't burn you out. It's sustainable. You're not like hustling for a short-term goal. You're making a lifestyle and streams of income that are sustainable for you. Also, like expressing yourself through fashion could be a source of joy for you, or changing your wardrobe or upgrading your wardrobe could be a source of joy for you this year. Also birds, because the Nine of Pentacles lady, she usually has a bird on her shoulder. I know that's super specific, but birds could be a source of joy. Okay, a challenge that you will face in 2024 and advice for overcoming it. We have the Prince of Cups, which is this person, the Page of Cups. This is your challenge. Wait a minute, is there a prince and a princess? Okay, so this is probably the queen. The way I've used this deck several times and like can't remember, because there's a prince, there's a knight, and then there's a princess, and then like I'm pretty sure there's a king. Now I'm second guessing myself. Okay, there's a knight, there's a prince, there's a queen. What the heck is going on? There's a princess and a queen? Is there no king then? Because I'm like very much through the deck and have not seen a king. So I guess in this deck, it's the prince, the knight, the princess, and the queen. Interesting. Okay, so this deck is honestly like quite different from some other tarot decks. Especially like some of the keywords I find to be interesting. Some of them really make sense with like the meanings of the cards that I'm familiar with, and then others of them are like, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Anyway, so we have the Prince of Cups and the Princess of Cups, which that does seem like a relationship. The prince and princess seem like a match. I know that's kind of like heteronormative, but it's making me think of a romantic relationship or some kind of partnership that you are in. And I think, yeah, like this is one of the ones that I think is interesting. Like at the bottom of the deck, there's the Eight of Cups with indolence, which I actually had to look up what that word means when I first got this deck. And it kind of means like laziness. And that's your advice. So I think there's a feeling, there's a feeling with relationships, like relationships could be a challenge, and it's because I think you overthink them. And that makes a lot of sense with everything we've talked about. And even me, like I was getting in my head about the deck and second guessing myself. And again, I'm getting stressed out about, wait, is this card what I think it is, when I can literally just check it's right here. It's like there's things that you overthink about and worry about when kind of the solution is right in front of you. But I think you just like get in your head and overthink. I just have this example of like, oh my gosh, oh no, like this person invited me, but I don't want to go. Like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And it's like, just tell them you don't want to go, you know? Like the solution is right there, but you second guess, like, am I allowed to say that? And like, what if they get upset? Or maybe I should like come up with some reason why I can't go so that it doesn't hurt their feelings. And then you end up thinking about what you're going to send them for like, I don't know, like an hour, when you could have just been like, I don't feel like going. And they would have been like, okay. It's like you maybe build things up or overthink things. And so I feel like this message of indolence or like laziness, which I think is what it technically means, in this case is maybe like you are doing too much and you don't have to do so much. That's kind of the vibe. And the meaning that I would be familiar with the Eight of Cups is like walking away from something. So just like, I guess just like dropping it. There may be things that you overthink about. And with all this water energy, I do feel like you are quite a sensitive soul. And I really do think all of this overthinking, it really comes from a place of not wanting to hurt anyone, really, and just wanting people to be peaceful and wanting people to be happy. But a lot of the times it's not that deep. A lot of the times it's going to be okay if you just say what's on your mind. You know, there's a feeling of like, I have this emotion, but I don't know what to do. And the solution is quite often just to express that emotion and just tell someone that that's how you feel. But I feel like to you, it always feels like not that simple, because it's like you want to anticipate how the other person would react in that situation. And okay, if there's a possibility that they'll react in that way, like maybe I should just figure it out myself, or like maybe I'll try to like read between the lines how they're feeling and best prepare myself for the different outcomes of how they react. And it's like I don't know, it's like thinking too much about how others would feel or how others would react or what's the best way to do something. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that complicated. Now, as I'm saying this, I really know that it's so much easier said than done. Like, it's so easy for me to be like, we'll just talk about it. We'll just tell them. Because like, when you are an overthinker, when you have anxious tendencies, like, oh my God, you're like, I understand, but I think that this is, this is the challenge. This is the challenge that you're facing. And the advice is, it's simple to give, but it may not be so easy in practice. And hopefully it's something that you get better at as you see the reactions from the people in your life, as you start to speak your truth. Hopefully that will create like a snowball of positive reassurance that you are safe to just be direct and just confront things. I think that will get easier with time. And yeah, maybe with this like prince and princess, it is one specific relationship that will really benefit from this. But I also do think it's just like relationships in general. But yes, this is what I am seeing for my group number 4s. We're going to take it over to the extended now. And as a reminder, in the extended, we're going to see significant times of the year for you. So the timing of a significant blessing, a significant change, and a significant challenge. And then we are also going to see significant connections, and that's going to include a new one that is coming in 2024, as well as an existing one. And we're going to see what about them is significant. And then finally, we will answer 2 yes or no and why questions of your choice. So if that sounds good to you and you would like to join me in the extended, I'm going to have that linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. However, if you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. If you would like to if you'd like to enter, if you'd like to enter the giveaway, don't forget to comment down below. Let me know you are interested in entering. Let me know that you chose group number 4, and let me know how it resonated for you. And I hope you guys take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch dozens of timeless pick-a-card readings. Well, is this one timeless? I usually say exclusive, timeless pick-a-card readings just like this one. But this one, it's not exactly timeless because it's 2024. But anyway, the readings on Patreon are timeless and exclusive. And you will get access to all of them. I think there's like 80 at this point, at the time that this video is up. And you can also decide the topics for future videos, so I'll have that link down below. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below. And finally, my vlog channel and my merch, which features the floating temple that was at the start of this video. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and thank you so much for your support throughout 2023. I am just so grateful from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sending lots of love to you, to anyone who appeared in this reading, either directly or indirectly, sending love to your higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.